she's walking away. My Maria, don't you know I've come a long, long way? I've been longing to see her. When she's around, she takes my blues away. Sweet Maria, the sunlight surely hurts my eyes. I'm a lonely dreamer on a highway in the sky. Maria, I love you, girl. Oh, my Maria. Maria, I love you, girl. Maria, I love you. My Maria, there was some blue and sorrow times. Just my thoughts about you bring back my peace of mind. Gypsy lady, you're a miracle work for me. You set my soul free like a ship sailing on the sea.
Good afternoon. It is, we'll give everybody a second to come in. Got a whole crew with us today for exciting news here in Arkansas. And it is great to be with all of you and to have so many distinguished guests. I want to start by thanking our Deputy Regional Forester, Mary Moore, for representing the U.S. Forest Service here today. Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins, couldn't be here. She's in a pretty important event that just wrapped up that we're very excited about, and certainly something I know that she and President Trump have been working on for a long time to help provide much needed assistance and relief to our country's farmers. And so very excited and thankful. And we'll give her a free pass for missing today since she's there for that. But she oversees the U.S. Forest Service and has been a great friend and supporter of Arkansas and a lot of our efforts. I also want to thank Senator Missy and who has been absolutely instrumental in growing our state's outdoor economy, and specifically the project that we're here to announce. I also want to say thank you to Alyssa Brown and Stephen Walker, who represent this area and have been supportive of today's announcement. And certainly this project wouldn't be possible without the incredible support of the Department of Parks, Heritage, and Tourism, led by Secretary Shay Lewis, who does an amazing job. And very few people wear the Parks uniform as well as Shay does. So we're always excited when he gets a chance to put that on and make an event official. We also are joined by Chairman Gonzalez and Vice Chairman Factor of the Caddo Nation. Thank you very much for being here. And I'd also like to recognize the Osage and Quapaw tribes who could not be in attendance today, but have been very helpful in this process. And lastly, I want to thank my husband, Brian, who heads up the state's Natural State Initiative and has worked for the past 3 years to make sure that Arkansas has world-class outdoor experiences our people deserve, and has been such a huge advocate for everything that we're doing in the outdoor economy and the outdoor space. But more importantly, he puts up with me every day, and I know that's a much bigger challenge. And so extremely grateful for him being here and his leadership on this front. We're here today because we are making a major announcement that I will sign an MOU with the U.S. Forest Service that will pave the way for the state of Arkansas to acquire the Blanchard Springs Cavern Complex in Stone County and create the 53rd Arkansas State Park, Blanchard Springs State Park. Blanchard Springs is the second largest cave system in Arkansas, and since the Visitor Center opened in 1973, has welcomed visitors to an experience that I believe can rival Carlsbad Caverns or Mammoth Cave National Parks. And we are extremely excited that it will now be an Arkansas State Park, a big deal for all of Arkansas. There are 8.5 miles of explored caverns, a natural bridge in the cathedral room, which is more than 1,000 feet long and is anchored by a 6-story stone column. Beyond the caverns themselves, Blanchard Springs offers easy access to Sylamore Creek and the boating and fishing on the White River, swimming, hiking, biking, and camping, and is close to Mountain View and the Ozark Folk Center. More than 70,000 visitors stop by every year, and we know that with the state support, that number will grow much, much higher. I was one of those visitors several years ago. I made the perhaps very unwise decision to bring our kids with us when they were much younger. In fact, our youngest still hadn't been born, and Huck, our middle child, was just a toddler. Scarlett, the oldest, was amazed by the cave system. But Huck had spent a lot of time in the car that day, was getting pretty cranky, and partway through the tour, he had an absolute meltdown. Normally, I would have just taken him outside and calmed him down, but when you're walking through an underground cavern, that's not exactly an option. So the rest of our tour group had to suffer through Huck's crying that was made even louder as it echoed off of every single wall. Now that Huck is 12, and probably very unhappy that I just shared that story, we're very much looking to a redo in our future. If you hear any strange noises while you're down there, don't worry, it's not a ghost. I think it's just Huck's crying continue to echo off of the cave walls. But this truly is a fantastic once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for our state park system. We're blessed with amazing outdoor spaces like Pinnacle Mountain and Petit Jean, unique experiences like the Crater of Diamonds and soon the Delta Heritage Trail, and cultural sites like the Arkansas Post Museum and the Ozark Folk Center. But Blanchard Springs will elevate the best state parks in America. On top of that, Arkansas has the resources to invest in this new park, bolstered by the more than 50 million visitors who came to our state last year, spending roughly $10 billion annually. And through the 1/8 cent conservation revenue that my mom and dad helped establish, that large and growing revenue stream is reinvested directly in new experiences like Blanchard Springs. We will power conservation and investment in the park itself. and will drive tourism and economic growth to Stone County, and will make Arkansas's world-class state park system even better. I want to again close by thanking Mary Moore and the team at the U.S. Forest Service for being such great partners in this effort. And I want to again thank Senator Ervin, Representative Brown, and Representative Walker, and all of our friends in the legislature for continuing to place a priority and focus on our state's outdoor economy. And thank you to the visionary leadership of Secretary Lewis, my husband Brian. They're working every day to make Arkansas the best place in America to live, to work, and to raise a family. I'll now turn it over to my good friend and someone who this will directly impact and who has helped champion this project, and I know will do a great job continuing to help us get it across the finish line. So, Senator Ervin, I'll turn it over to you. Thank you, and congratulations to the state of Arkansas for today.
Thank you. You know, the past couple of years have been a challenge for the caves and for the folks in U.S. Forestry. They've worked so hard, but because of so many changes at the federal level, there has been some, just anxiety about the caves and the futures of the caves. And the people of Stone County, and particularly in Mountain View, have been worried so much about the caves. So Senator Bozeman has been a wonderful partner for us. Anytime we had an issue, I would call him, text him, and he would work really hard to try to resolve our issues at the caves to help make them thrive and help the folks in the U.S. Forestry. So Senator Bozeman, I want to thank you today for all your hard work and partnership with me in the caves. But as we continue down this path, out of exasperation and kind of as just a joke, I texted the governor. I was like, hey, why don't you call the president and tell him we want our caves? And it worked, I guess. So that just speaks to how highly you're regarded, Governor, by our president. And I don't know if that happened or not, but I did text you. And so because I thought, why not? Because this is such a truly remarkable place. If you've never been to Blanchard Springs Caverns, it is an underground paradise that you've never in your wildest dreams could ever imagine exists 26 stories down. And it's just incredible to see what one drop of water can build over thousands and thousands and thousands of years when you venture down in the cave. And I think one of the coolest things in the world is the fact that it was Janet Huckabee as First Lady, our current governor's mother, who actually bravely went on the first wild cave tour at Blanchard Springs Caverns. That was our First Lady, Janet Huckabee, mother of our current governor, Sarah Huckabee Sanders. And so this is so full circle and so amazing that you get to do this today and create an Arkansas State Park from Blanchard Springs. Blanchard Springs Caverns is not only one of the most magnificent and largest living cave systems in the world, it's also the heart of the Ozarks. Today's announcement is monumental action that secures the future of this incredibly valuable asset for Stone County and for the entire state of Arkansas. The local economy is driven by tourism, and the caves are critical for my rural area of the state, for the small businesses, for the people in Stone County, particularly in Mountain View. This collaboration between the USDA, U.S. Forestry, and the Arkansas Departments of Parks, Heritage, and Tourism is an incredible opportunity to be the best stewards of the resources God has given us and to drastically increase tourism in the state of Arkansas. So on behalf of the people in my town and in my district, and several of those friends are here from Stone County and Mountain View, I'm so grateful to President Trump, to Governor Sanders, making this happen, Secretary Rollins, and the entire teams at both the Department of Parks, Heritage, and Tourism and U.S. Forestry. We spent an entire day together going through the caves, going to Gunner Springs, we didn't make it to Barkshed, but that's not next on the list. I raised my children in this park, We swim at the creek, and we fish in the creek, and we floated from the creek down to the White River. It's a magical place, and to think today that it's going to become Blanchard Springs State Park and that it secures this park for all the other children to come and to enjoy is just an amazing thing. And so I just want to thank everybody from U.S. Forestry and the entire team. Shane Avey, our ranger there, is amazing, and we couldn't do this without him. Dan and Mary and everyone. And also, I want to thank Brian Sanders. Thank you for your vision. Thank you for caring so deeply about the state of Arkansas and making it such a wonderful place for us to raise our kids and get outdoors and off of our phones. And you understand that, and you have a passion for that. And your leadership in taking this agenda on is not unnoticed. And I am grateful to you for that. And I think every parent should be grateful to you and your wife for making that a priority for our state. And we are going to be, this is a world-class park, and it's a world-class adventure for people to enjoy for many, many years. So thank you. It is my honor to introduce Deputy Regional Forester Mary Moore.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm pleased to be with you today. The Forest Service is privileged to have a long-standing positive and collaborative relationship with Arkansas Department of Parks, Heritage, and Tourism Division of State Parks. The partnership we have is reliable and trustworthy, and our agencies share common goals for the mutual benefit of residents and visitors alike. Lake Sylvia State Park, Mississippi River State Park, Mount Magazine State Park, and the Trails at Mena project represent a few of the successful collaborations in three of the most diverse areas of the state, from the bottomlands of the Delta to the highest point in Arkansas, truly exemplifying the diverse flora and fauna and the opportunity the natural state provides. The Forest Service is once again honored to be a partner with the state, this time at Blanchard Springs Caverns, which will help further promote Arkansas and the national forests in Arkansas as a destination for outdoor recreation. Partnering with Arkansas State Parks supports community goals for increased public access, enhanced visitor experiences, and economic growth through facility upgrades and quality recreation experiences. Finally, we'd like to express our sincere gratitude. Thank you to Governor Sanders. Oh, sorry, you're on the other side of me. I was like, wait. And First Gentleman Brian Sanders, to Secretary Lewis, and to State Senator Missy Irvin. And thank you for putting your trust in the Forest Service as partners in the stewards of our public lands. And lastly, I'd like to thank our Forest Service employees. We appreciate their outstanding service and their commitment in the long-standing success to Blanchard Springs Caverns.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for joining us today and for this exciting announcement. I'm so excited about this new venture for Arkansas State Parks and what it will mean for all Arkansans and travelers alike. This is what the Natural State Initiative looks like in action. Strategic partnerships, smart investment, and shared commitment to expanding outdoor recreation in ways that strengthen communities and destinations, grow Arkansas tourism, invest in the quality of life for Arkansans, and make Arkansas a place people want to return to again and again. At this time, I'd like to invite our partners to join me at the table with Governor Sanders for the signing of the MOU.
Took a 911 by the 107 down a back road, where the White River runs and the southern sun makes a cousin
you.